Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is your chef from guruscooking.in with Sindhi Kadhi. Come, let's take a look at the ingredients. As you can see, a lot of ingredients go into the preparation of Sindhi Kadhi. We'll begin by taking a glance at the vegetables that we'll be using. I have here with me these vegetables. These are drumsticks, 2 in number. These are 2 carrots. These are French beans, and these are potatoes which have been peeled and cut like this. Apart from this, we also have lady fingers, which make a very important ingredient in this recipe. I have washed them and slit them vertically like this. To begin the preparation of Sindhi Kadhi, I have gathered a skillet. You can also use a kadai. To this I have added 7 tablespoons of vegetable oil. When the oil is hot enough, I have added fenugreek seeds followed by cumin seeds and a pinch of hing is what we'll be adding now. Remember, we are cooking at a very low flame, and you might be surprised at the amount of oil I've used. 7 tablespoons is a lot, but you will see soon why we have done so. We'll now add chopped ginger, and saute this by adding 2 slit green chillies. I've poured in 15 fresh curry leaves. And remember 2 important things. We are cooking at a very low flame because we do not want to burn these whole spices, and our vessel has a very heavy bottom or base. I just added 7 tablespoons of besan or gram flour. Now, besan is also very sensitive to heat, so remember you have to cook at a very low flame. And like I said, the second important thing that you need to remember is that you are using a vessel which has a very heavy base or bottom. The reason is because we want to cook our besan for a long time and we do not want it to stick to the bottom of the pan. That is the reason. It's been almost 5 minutes that I've been cooking my besan, and after 5 minutes it looks like this in color. Do not always trust besan by the color. Go by the aroma. If you can sense the aroma in the room and feel it through your nostrils, it means your besan has been cooked. So I always trust besan by the aroma that it wafts through the air rather than the color. So color is least important as far as besan is concerned. Now once besan is cooked, we'll be adding 1 liter of water, and so far we were cooking at a very low flame. Once we add the water, we will be increasing the flame to medium or high and try to bring the water to a boil. We'll add 1 teaspoon of red chilli powder followed by a quarter teaspoon of turmeric powder once the water comes to a boil. And now we will cook this for around 4 to 5 minutes. If you have observed, while cooking, I have been stirring this ladle or spatula continuously because I do not want the basin to stick to the bottom of the pan, and so do you. It's been almost 5 minutes that I've been boiling this water now, and it's time for us to add the vegetables. Let's add the vegetables that we saw in the beginning of this video. To begin with ladyfingers, following up with some fresh French beans. The amount of vegetables that go into this recipe are not only so many, but they're all healthy as well. So French beans, followed by carrots, followed by potatoes, and finally drumsticks. Now give it a gentle mix. We'll have to cook this for around 13 to 15 minutes, and the best way to cook this would be by covering it with a lid. But before we do that, some salt for seasoning. I'm adding 2 teaspoons of salt. You can add according to your own taste. We'll give it a gentle mix, cover this with a lid, and cook this for around 13 to 15 minutes. Please make sure you're cooking at a medium or high flame, and in between you can also stir with your ladle and see if the curry is not sticking to the bottom of the pan. That is very important. So it's been almost like 15 minutes now that I've been cooking this at a medium flame. And to check, the best test is to grab either a potato or a carrot. Use a knife to pierce it through. If you're able to slit it easily, it means it's cooked. So that was good, and this is also good. Now it's time for us to add some sourness in the form of tamarind juice. So I'll add some tamarind juice now. Remember, this is a very important step I need to caution you about. The amount of tamarind you add should not be too much. So initially just add half a cup and try to taste it using your ladle by gathering a little quantity. So mix it up, and now I'm going to grab a little quantity of this. Make sure I cool it down before I put it onto my palm so that I don't get some burns, and I'll try to lick this. If it tastes good, then I'm good. If it is less, I can add more anytime. But the quantity of the amount of tamarind juice that you add should be according to your taste. It should never be too much. It should never be too less. What I mean to say is, the tamarind juice should not overpower your recipe. It'll taste really bad. So please be careful with the tamarind juice. I'll add jaggery for complementing the sourness with a little sweetness in this amazing recipe. And to top it off, we'll now dress it with some fresh coriander leaves by garnishing it. We'll now cover this with a lid and cook this for approximately 5 minutes. Remember to lower the flame at this instance. It has been 5 minutes and this looks amazing. The aroma is something that you can vouch for. Ladies and gentlemen, amazing Sindhi Kadhi. Very easy to prepare. A lot of steps, a lot of vegetables, a lot of good health, and a lot of good time to spend with family and friends. Serve it with some rice. Please make a note of the ingredients. And thank you so much for watching Sindhi Kadhi. If you liked what you saw, and if you prepare this recipe and it comes out good, I would appreciate if you can share your experience with me. Please do subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Have a great time.